everyone, and welcome to Touchbase Thursday for June 4th. I have some awesome things to share with you guys tonight, and I can't wait to get down to our stamp area so I can show you some new things out of the new catalog. If you are watching me live, please go ahead and comment. Let me know that you are here with me tonight, and if you are watching replay, go ahead and hit replay. Make sure to share my video. If you share my video, you'll get into the drawing for some free goodies. And I'm going to actually get to the right page as well here to make sure that I am live in the right place with all of you guys. So let's see here. It's loading still. So I have a new microphone that I just got not too long ago for doing my Facebook Lives. And so I'm really hopeful that you guys are able to hear me a little bit better this evening. So I'd love your feedback on that. There we go. Hi, Penny and Donna, Patty, Philomena, Janet, Debbie, Penny. Thanks, you guys, all for joining me tonight. So again, if you're new to watching my Facebook Lives, please feel free to share my video. And yes, you're going to hear a baby cry. We're bringing a baby on camera in just a little bit. Maybe we'll be bringing a baby on camera in just a little bit. But if you're new to watching my Facebook Lives, please share my video. You get entered into the drawing. And none of you called me out last week because last week I totally forgot to give away 2 prizes. And so I was kind of waiting for a couple of you to comment on my Facebook Live that I forgot about that. And so tonight we're going to actually, next week we're going to draw for 4 winners because I'm still going to give the prizes out. So as soon as I went off my Facebook Live last week, I realized that we didn't do the sharing video, so or the sharing segment. So anyway, if you share my video, you get entered into my drawing, and I have 4 prizes to give you guys next week. So 4 winners will be announced next week. The 2 that I forgot to do last week were the designer elements and the what is this? This is the Mint Macaron ribbon. And then we have the braided linen trim and some of the gingham gala sequins. So there's not going to be anyone announced tonight for winners because I'm giving everybody a chance to win these next week. So there'll be 4 of you that will be able to get announced next week. And I am so sorry, you guys, that I forgot to do that last week. So anyway, Nicole is here with Chloe, and so we are going to be bringing her on camera here in just a little bit if she settles down a little bit. She's a little bit fussy right now, but we were going to let you guys see her and say hi to her. So Nicole is hoping to do a little bit of some design work with me tonight, or for me, and not say with me. Anyway, oh, Susie, you remembered but didn't say anything? Oh, you should have. I felt so bad after I was done. It's the first time. I've been doing Facebook Lives, I think, for like 4 years now. It's the first time I forgot to do that. It wasn't in my notes. I'm a very notes agenda person. Like, I have all my notes written down so I don't forget to talk to you guys about things. And it wasn't on there. So anyway, just a few things in the way of announcements about my family. I like to kind of keep you guys updated on that. This is the last week of the homeschool or the online learning for the girls. And I have one girl who's actually done with her schoolwork and one girl that is not. And I'm sure most of you can probably pick who is done and who is not. So Claire, my youngest daughter, is done, officially done as of early this morning. Natalie, not so much. She's actually recruiting her sister to help her. She's done with some of her classes, but still has some geometry and still has some Spanish. And she only has till tomorrow. It drives me crazy that she procrastinates like that. But anyway, I told her somehow she always gets it done, but it drives me nuts because that's not how I work. Like, I would have had this homework like all done within like, 3 or 4 weeks probably, and then had it done and not have to worry about it the rest of the time. But anyway, so that's a little bit of an update on them. So my son, Matt, I know most of you guys know that, he went back to work. I mentioned he went back to work the day after Memorial Day, so that Tuesday. And his job, he details cars for a living, but he also started his own business about 4 years ago, I think it's been, and it's called Ranky Showshine Detailing. And he has been so busy with that. He's working his day job, coming home, and working his in the evenings detailing cars. Usually he does, if he has a car that comes in, he'll do like the interior one night, exterior another night. Takes a couple nights because of him doing that at night, but he is so busy. And I just want to thank so many of my friends who watch my Facebook Lives who have referred him on. I honestly think he does an amazing job, but I would because I'm his mom. But he does do an amazing job detailing cars. So I just want to thank so many of you that have referred him, referred or given his name out, because the extra income is very helpful for them right now with, you know, little things that are uncertain and, you know, daycare expenses coming up when Nicole goes back to work. So anyway, it was worth mentioning that to you guys. But I think we have a happy baby or a semi-happy baby right now. And so Nicole is going to be handing me this happy baby, I hope. Oh, she just dropped her passy. Just a minute. So I want you guys to see little Miss Chloe. You're okay. You're okay. Here. There. Okay, so can you guys see my little Miss Chloe? So this is Chloe, my 6-week-old granddaughter. And in the evening, sometimes she gets a little fussy, but we wanted to at least have you guys see her before Claire takes her back upstairs. And she's so sweet. Look at her, you guys. We just love her so much. And she's such a blessing to us. And my girls love her to pieces. And she's looking up at my light right now and loving every minute of that. So anyway, I just had to share. Can you look at mommy? Look at mommy so people can see how beautiful you are. No? Okay. I'm going to give her back to Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. Did that fall? I don't even know where it went. Okay, she's got it. All right. So anyway, had to share a baby. But yeah, she's not the happiest baby right now. So anyway, but thank you guys for letting me share her with you guys. So you could kind of see her a little bit. Okay. Few announcements before we start stamping, and that is that our new catalog went live. New catalog went live on June 3rd, so just yesterday. And anybody who puts in a new catalog order from now through Sunday, you're going to get a special little gift in the mail from me. Not telling you what it is. Just as a little ordering promotion from the new catalog. Now, I know some of you might not have your catalog yet, and I want to apologize. I actually talked to the mail person at my local post office in Rosebush, where I go to actually do some of my mailings and stuff. And he told me that things are really backlogged, that some of the facilities, because of people who they've shortened their shifts at the facilities that are receiving a lot of these packages, or they either have COVID or they have been exposed to COVID, so they're not working, especially like in Detroit and some of your larger areas. They have crates, he told me, of mail that needs to be sorted. And so some mail is going to be delayed up to almost a week. So if you're wondering if I've sent you a catalog, send me a message. I'm going to ask you just to wait a little bit longer because it's an added expense for me to send a second one out if I know that first one's going to be coming. And if you were on my list, I know that they're going to be that they've already been sent out. I know most of my customers have already received their catalog. So I apologize to those of you that haven't received it, but I'm here to tell you that I was supposed to receive a bunch of swap cards in the mail that I participated in about 10 days ago, and they just came today. So everything is a little bit late in some of your larger facilities that take the mail as it's processing through the system. So that's what he told me today. So I thought I would pass that along. My June classes are going to be posted in the next day or two. So May classes went in the mail today. So I got to tell you guys my little debacle with my postage. So I ran out of the stamps that I print all of my postage on. And so I express shipped to have some come. And so yeah, with all the mail issues, they didn't come. So I finally went to the post office today, spent an hour at the post office mailing all of the kits. So all of May kits have gone in the mail. They were ready a few days ago, but I was patiently waiting to be able to prep them all myself and print my postage. But finally bit the bullet, went to the post office and sent them all out today. So you'll be getting your pictures of the cards and things as well, either tonight or tomorrow. It's on my to-do list. If you purchase one of my kits, you'll be getting those emailed to you or messaged to you. And then, like I said, my June kits will be posting this weekend. And all of the classes are from the new upcoming catalog. So one of them is the pretty, if you watched my Tuesday video, it was some really pretty sunflower cards. That's a class I'm going to be offering both local and online this month. So yes, you heard me right, local. I'm going to be opening up my basement this month for my classes to start again here on in face-to-face. For any of you that are part of my club that normally come, you're welcome to come. The dates are going to be June 22nd, June 29th. An email's coming out. I think I had got it going out tomorrow. If you are not comfortable coming, that's okay. Please do what you feel is right for you, and I support you 100%. But I am going to be doing classes. I am going to ask you to sign up so that I'm able to follow the social distancing, keep people spaced out here in my basement, keep it to a limit. But I'll have hand sanitizer, and you can feel free to wear masks if you would like. But I am going to be doing my classes back local in June, and I'm excited to see some of you because I've missed some of you so very much. Well, I missed all of you, but it's just so hard not having. There was a couple weeks I had a hard time coming down here to even design because it made me so sad not being able to see people. And my Facebook Lives really kind of kept me going. So I want to thank you guys. I know a lot of you thank me for what I do, but thank you for watching me because I look forward to them, and I always do, but I really look forward to my Facebook Lives and my live time with all of you during the whole pandemic when we were on lockdown and all that. And let's pray we don't go backwards. So anyway, those will be posting. And then this Monday night, don't forget that I have my new catalog online, or new catalog, what do I want to call it, Facebook Live, my new catalog Facebook Live event at 7 o'clock on Monday night. And I'll be showcasing, I'll have my order here. I've ordered some things from the new catalog, and I'll have it here by then. And I'll be able to show you guys some additional new things. I'll stamp a few projects with you. We'll have lots of fun. So I just wanted to mention that to you guys. And don't forget you'll see me twice next week. So I'll be on Facebook Live twice. So anyway, so with that, I may look at my notes and make sure I didn't forget anything else on here. I will also be having a virtual party the end of this month. More details to come. My virtual party always has lots of prizes for you. We play games and ordering promotions. So I'll be doing lots of that. Then in July, again, we'll be playing another bingo in July, and I might focus on some Christmas projects, Christmas in July. Not sure. Kind of playing with that idea, but I do like doing the whole Christmas in July just because it sounds kind of fun. So anyway, what I'm here to share with you guys tonight is some fun stuff. I'm going to be sharing with you the Forever Fern bundle that is in our upcoming catalog. Can't say upcoming, it went live. I'm so used to saying upcoming catalog, but it's live. So you're able to purchase the stuff that I'm going to be showcasing tonight. I will tell you that some things are selling out really fast. So I do know that the ribbon that I'm going to be using tonight is already on back order, but it's only back ordered a couple of weeks. And it's very popular, this whole paper and everything that I'm going to be sharing with you. So with that, I'm going to transition my camera down, and I'm going to show you guys a pretty sampler that I created. And then I'm going to share, we're going to actually make some cards with some of the products from the sampler, so you can kind of have it be either a sampler or cards. And what you're going to be seeing is going to be a class that I'll be offering, but not until July, since my June classes are already kind of scheduled and designed. So you will have an option to be able to purchase this class. And so I'm really excited about it. It's really pretty, and I hope you guys really like it. So with that, I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so you're going to see a little sneak peek of my my sampler first, and then you're going to see me create some awesome cards that kind of look similar to the sampler. So, and I'm gonna just let you kind of have a little sneak peek of the sampler, and then I'll show it to you in more detail here in just a little bit. But there's your sneak peek. You're not gonna be able to see all of it. Isn't it pretty? All right, so that is your sneak peek. Whoops, it's gone. Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you is some of the product that I used on tonight's projects. Isn't that so pretty, you guys? Isn't that sparkly and pretty? So this is the Forever Greenery. Let me move my cord here. I got my cord from my microphone in my way, and I don't want that there. Okay, so this is the Forever Greenery bundle, and it's absolutely stunning. If you like green, you will love this bundle. If you like ferns, you will like this bundle. This bundle includes some awesome designer series paper, and I'm going to actually share that with you. It includes a bundle, a stamp set, and some coordinating dies. And then it includes a double pack of ribbon. This ribbon is called the Forever Greenery Trim. And this right here, so it's a 2-pack. You have some of the gold like linen thread, and then you have some some of this cotton, like a cream colored ribbon. It actually reminds me of kind of like an ace bandage, but it's just really, really, you know, littler. And I just think it's so pretty. Okay, so then we have, this is the stamp set and some coordinating dies. And so I'm gonna actually share that with you so you guys can actually see it in person here. So bear with me here. Hoping you guys, oh yeah, you can see my arm reach, that's okay. But this is the designer series paper, and you're gonna see some of it that I used on my sampler for tonight. So the green colors that are in this designer series paper include Garden Green, Just Jade, Pear Pizzazz, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, Soft Seafoam, and then of course Whisper White. And this is the designer series paper, so I'm going to share with you some of the patterns of it, and what you're seeing is some of it that I've already used, but that's okay. Aren't they awesome? Look at that. So pretty. So pretty. And then I'm going to flip it over and show you the opposite side. So this side has more of your greenery and your green ferns and like your, you know, things you'd see out in the woods is what it kind of reminds me of. But I love the paper, and I'm not a green person. I know my sister just said she's not a green person. My mom is, but I'm really not a green person either. But I gotta say, I love how the sampler turned out, and I'm gonna share with you the magic behind that sampler, the awesome gold laser sheets that I used in just a couple of minutes. So this designer series paper, I believe it's $11 for the 12. I just closed my page on that. Nicole, can you look this up for me real quick? It's called the Forever Greenery. So Nicole is going to find that. But let me share with you the stamp set and the coordinating dies real quick. So let me bring in my stamp set. So this is the stamp set right here, the Forever Fern stamp set. So you have all the coordinating greenery pieces and stamps that match that awesome designer series paper. And then you have the dies as well. So these dies are going to cut out all of the little pieces on here. So again, this one will cover this one right here. You have this that goes both ways. So you have a die for each one. So yes, that designer series paper, thank you Nicole, is $11.50. And then the bundle that I'm sharing with you right now is $54. Again, it's called the Forever Fern bundle. But you have all of the different dies that coordinate with the different shapes. So this one will coordinate with this one down here, and then so on and so forth. So you have all of them that kind of coordinate. I love that. And you even have some additional ones that you can just use and run through your emboss and die cut machine and you know, put on there. They don't have a stamped image that goes along with it, but that's okay. So speaking of our emboss and die cutting machine, I've had a couple of you notice that we have a new machine in the catalog. And yes, we actually have 2 new machines in the catalog. We have a mini Stampin' emboss and die cutting machine, and then we have an actual bigger size one that kind of replaces the Big Shot. Now those are not available quite yet. They're gonna be out about 2 months yet, I do believe. I could be wrong, could be a little bit longer, could be a little bit less. But Stampin' Up! Wanted to put them in the catalog because they're gonna be coming out in the next foreseeable future, and they didn't want to have a whole year catalog out without those machines in there. So as soon as they're available, I'll let you guys know. I'm really excited, can't wait to get my hands on them both. The mini one is designed to use some of the more littler dies. So let's say if I was traveling somewhere with my business or doing a vendor fair somewhere or something like that, and I only needed to run through some dies that were smaller in size, I would just take the travel one. I would call it the travel one, the smaller one. But anyway, so that is that. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you, and this is actually not part of the oh, well, I have this sitting here too. So before I get to the gold foil, I also wanted to share with you that we also have the in colors in 12 by 12. So the color that I used on my sampler piece is the Just Jade, which is one of the greens that is in that sampler, or in that designer series paper. So I used the Just Jade cardstock for my base of this. And then we're going to be making some cards using the Just Jade. This is the 8.5 by 11 that I've got cut and ready to go. But that is what I used for my sampler. And then the other product that I wanted to share with you, and this is what really I think has made And I should have had this page marked. I might hand it back to Nicole and make her look for it. The gold foil sheets. Oh, I found it. Okay, so this is the product that I used that really, really made this project come to life. And it is under the specialty paper section on page 152 of our catalog. It's called the Forever Gold Laser Cut Specialty Paper. And you can probably see here, and I'm going to actually show you it in person, but it's got lots of different things done there that you can use for making your cards. So these you could actually use as overlays on the front of your cards. These are things you could use as embellishments on scrapbook pages or on your cards as well. So I'm going to share with you that in detail. Now with that, you get 6 foil sheets, 3 each of 2 different designs. So the first one is one that I don't have much left on. I'm going to bring one in that isn't completely used, but you can see I used a bunch of this. But I wanted to show you this one that I did not use to show you how easy they are to come out of this foil. They're already pre-cut, pre-laser cut, and all you do is pull these out of here and they come right out. And they are a little delicate, so you don't want to just pull, but you can see that they actually kind of just fall right out for you without much work at all. And this is what I used on a bunch of my cards that are on my sampler that you're going to see, and we're going to be using them on the cards as well. So let me show you them in person here. They come between 2 pieces of cardstock, and that is to keep them safe and so that they don't get all mixed up. And then they have tissue paper between each one. So this is the one that I used on the cards or on the sampler, and we're going to be using this on the cards tonight. So I'm going to actually leave that one out. And then, you get 3 of them. So I've already used one on my sampler, which I'll show you the sampler in a minute. And then there's one that, like I said, I'm not going to use right now. And then the other pattern that you get are the ones that look like this. And these are designed to be, again, they're just going to laser cut right out of here. You can see they're already kind of falling right out. And those you would just use on top of cards for, like a card mat. I love these, and I really hope that you guys over the course of the year consider getting them, because you're going to see how awesome it has made my projects look. And I started adding the gold to this green and instantly fell in love. So now the cost of that is, I think I have mentioned it already, I think it was 12 something, but you're going to love it. So let me bring in the sampler again to show you guys how pretty this is and actually show you guys it in its entirety. Now this will be going in a white frame, and I'm going to actually hang mine up in my my bathroom on my first floor of my house is green and like a purple color, and we're going to hang this up in there, and I can't wait because I think it's going to look absolutely stunning. So I did incorporate some of the stamping. This is some of the stamps from that awesome stamp set, the Forever Fern. And then these squares are 3.5, the big ones here, I have pieces of green underneath. This is the soft seafoam. These are 3.25 by 3.25. And then I have my gold pieces on top of that. And then the Designer Series paper is cut 3 by 3. So 3.25 by 3.25, and then 3 by 3. And my whole reason for doing the designer paper 3 by 3 is because I'm able to get a good amount out of my 12 by 12 piece of paper without any waste. So if I wanted to make, 10 of these or 12 of these, I wouldn't have much waste of paper. Then the other product that I incorporated in on this is also these awesome gilded gems. Now these gilded gems, they're like a gold gem, are part of the Ornate Garden product bundle, but I found them to be very nice to use in conjunction with this project because they're gold, and I was really going with that whole gold themed look. But isn't this beautiful, you guys? I mean, so let's go through the squares a little bit so you can kind of see them here. And I used some of our punches as well, and then incorporated in the awesome stamp from that the Forever Green or Fern. And then on the bottom down here, you have those 3. So sometimes when we are stamping, people might be like, oh, I really don't, the sampler's pretty, but I have nowhere to put it. And so what I've been doing, and you guys, can't you see that sparkle? It is just so stunning. And so sometimes what I do when I create samplers like this is I convert them into cards. And that's what I want to share with you guys tonight. We're going to actually make some of the cards using these squares. And I'm going to show you how easy they are to put together and kind of give you a little bit of an idea of how pretty the stamp set looks. And even those stamped images are just stunning. So I'm going to put this off to the side. And what I did when I cut my sampler and did all of my designing, I also cut all of my squares a second time for me to be able to easily put some of those together and put them onto cards. So when I offer this class next month, you'll be able to do a couple of different things. You'll be able to purchase it as a sampler. You'll be able to purchase it as 9 cards in a kit, or you'll be able to purchase both, the sampler, which has the 9 squares on, and then the cards as well to be able to make both. So all of my card bases tonight focus on the Just Jade. This is the new cardstock, one of the new cardstock colors. And then I'm going to show you how easy these squares go together. So let me bring in some snail here. So the 2 colors that I chose to use for the back, or the back of the squares, I chose to use, the middle one has garden green, and then the 4, there's 4 corners to it, I believe, that have, there's just 4 of them, 3 of them that have the soft seafoam, and then 3 of them have the pretty peacock. So you're gonna see lots of greens going on here, and I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this together like that. And then I used the heart punches. So the heart punches came out in our, in our which catalog? The mini catalog, and they carried over into the annual catalog. So this paper is the same paper that I used for the square, but I just am using the other side to make this into, make it a different pattern. And then I'm gonna bring in these gold foil things here. Yeah, gold foil things. And I used this one right here on my card. And I didn't punch any of these out in advance because I really wanted to show you guys how easy they are to come out. And watch me ripping some of these now that I've told you guys they're really easy to come out. But they really are. They just pull right out of that. And all I'm going to do is put a little bit of adhesive right here in the middle, and I'm just going to adhere this down. So I didn't actually adhere all of the detail on this. So you'll see on my sampler here that a lot of that detail I left kind of up and around, and like this I may even have to trim off a little bit to get it in a frame. But once it's in a frame, or you know, if you give the card away, they're going to stick pretty good no matter if they're the whole thing's down or not. But Stampin' Up! Has come out with something that's called adhesive sheets, and I'm going to be showcasing them in a couple of weeks, how to use the adhesive sheets to be able to, I might need some scissors. Thanks, Nicole. I did have scissors here, but I don't know what I did with them. So, but the adhesive sheets are used to really, you adhere your cardstock to one side of the adhesive sheet, and then you run it through your Big Shot die. So let's say I wanted to glue, let's say this was a Big Shot die. I ran it through the Big Shot. Then you peel off the back part of it, and then it puts all the sticky stuff on that. And it's a really easy and simple way to add adhesive to intricate dies without the mess of all the glue. So then I used this ribbon right here. This is the one that reminds me of Ace Bandage, and it kind of looks like it and feels like it. It's just that it's a white. And I made a little knot, and I didn't tie it, pull it completely tight, because I just wanted to have it a little looser. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the ends of that. And then with some glue dots. So I know what happened to my scissors. This is what I do, you guys. If I set up for my Facebook Live early, like I did this project on Sunday, and I left everything out for it. And so what happened is I kind of stole the scissors, I stole the adhesive to be able to do other projects. So I hate it when I do that, because then I forget to put it back, and then here I have an issue, right? And then I used one of these little gems to put onto it as well. And so what you can do then is you can just incorporate this square onto your card base and make them all into cards instead of into the sampler. Isn't that cool? So then I also cut some strips of Whisper White cardstock. These are cut, I think it's a 1 inch. And then again, most of you know I just do my big long strips. So let me bring in my stamp set, and I'm going to use some of the sentiments from the stamp set. So we're going to do the Love and Laughter Forever After. We're going to stamp that one on here first. and we're gonna stamp it in. So I don't have the new in color ink pads just yet. They didn't have them for us when we were able to pre-order. So as a demonstrator, you can pre-order from the catalogs a whole month ahead of time, and they weren't available. So I just ordered them, so I'll be able to kind of have them for you guys during my Facebook live on Monday for my new catalog kickoff. Normally I do my new catalog kickoff face-to-face, but this year I decided to do it virtually. So I'm hoping that a lot of you that come face-to-face with for my classes will be able to join me that night. But I just decided to kind of do it that way. I'm going to stamp that over. So this is my only frustration that I have on my Facebook Lives, is because I can't get my head in here all the way to be able to stamp these and see that I'm doing them straight because my camera's in the way. So we're going to try one more time. All right, we're going to go with that one. I like that one a little bit better. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off. And then we're going to go ahead, add some dimensionals to this right here. And I'm using up the ends of my dimensionals, so you can see that I got all of those cut. So we're going to put dimensionals on there. And I am just going to put this on here on the bottom. And so there you can see how I created a card from the bottom middle square of the sampler. Isn't that cool? So when you do a sampler, I encourage you guys to think about how you might be able to convert that into a card, because they're going to look beautiful as well as cards. And you know, sometimes people might not want a sampler, or they might think they don't have any room for it. Where would I put that kind of thing. And I'm here to tell you that by doing it this way, you're going to appease to both those that like to do cards and those that prefer to do samplers sometimes. So moving right along, this one I used the pretty peacock behind it. Again, all of my cards bases here on these squares. This is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then the designer paper is 3 by 3. So they're pretty straightforward cuts. And then I just adhered that together. And together, those two I don't think look the greatest, but when you put it all together on the projects, it really comes to life. On this one, I used this little wreath. So I'm going to punch out the wreath from these awesome foil specialty die laser cut sheets, they're called. I think it's what they're called. And again, they come out pretty easy. You just want to make sure that you don't tear them. But like I said, I made all of these and I had no problem when I made my sampler. And then this will come out as well. So I'm just going to kind of pull this out. And there you have the awesome little wreath. And so all I'm going to do on this is add a little bit of adhesive. Now again, I could use glue dots to put on it, or I could use the adhesive sheets if I wanted to, but I find that this works just as easy. And I'm just going to adhere that down. Then for this one, I used one of the punches that carried over as well. This is the butterfly punch. And I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals right in the middle of this. And so when I was inspired to make this, I was trying to figure out some punches that carried over. We have we lost quite a few punches, but there's some new ones out there as well. And I really like you know, punches because they're so easy to use. And so that is kind of why I went back to the catalog and pulled some of the ones that were carried over. And then those are the ones that I chose to kind of focus on when I was doing this sampler. I'm going to add a couple of little gold, those golded gems to that. And again, I'm going to bring in the exact same color of card base. This is the Just Jade. And now you could also put these on with dimensionals if you wanted to. I chose to just put them on with the snail. And I'm going to adhere that near the top. I'm going to bring in that same strip that I used last time. And this time I am going to stamp it with the You Can Do This. So this would be a good like inspirational card for someone who might be struggling or just needs a little bit of a pick-me-up. So you can do this, and I'm going to also continue to use the pretty peacock for this. So I'm going to stamp the You Can Do This. Pray it's not crooked. Right onto that. Woohoo! I did it. Yay. And then again, I'm just going to cut this off. Now, if you wanted to, you could also cut this into a little angle, which is what I'm going to do on this one, or a little banner. So I'm just going to cut in on this in the middle and go from side to side with it. And then we're going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on this as well. And take those off. And if you wanted to, you could even doctor up these little sayings by adding a couple of gold little gems as well. So I'm going to take one of these off and I'm going to add it right to the end of this and kind of doctor that up there as well. Isn't that cool? And so there you have, let me bring in my sampler, this little square right here made into a card. Isn't that cool, you guys, to think about that? Yeah, I love, love, love this. I love converting samplers into cards. It just, to me, is just such an easy thing to do. And a lot of times we don't even think about it. So the next one that I'm going to do, I incorporated a punch that was part of the celebration. So this punch is the Little Blossoms punch, and it actually carried over into our new catalog. So if you got it during celebration, woohoo, you got it for free. If you didn't get it during celebration, you are able to get it in our catalog now that is live. This one I chose to use the soft seafoam, again, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 and 3 by 3. And for this one, I have this side up. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down. And again, I incorporated one of those gold elements. So the gold element that I incorporated is this one right up here at the top that has like the little rectangle. Let me show you guys the detail in this one, because this has like a lot of our dies have the stitched look to it. And this one, this die that I'm pulling out has like the little stitched look to it. I think it's so cool. So you can see here around the edge, can you see that little edged look right here? The little like dots, it looks like it's stitched. I think that's so cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna adhere this down to my square like that, and kind of in the center, and it's gonna go over, but that's okay. And then using some dimensionals, I'm gonna put my 3 little flowers on. So those 3 little flowers are done in garden green, soft seafoam, and then the pretty peacock. I know, you guys, isn't this gold stuff gorgeous? Like I said, I did not really like this suite just to like it and buy it and whatever. And when I started adding some of this gold stuff to it, I fell in love with it. I think the gold just sets this right off. Now, a little trick to the trade when you're trying to center something like that, I always do them on the 2 outsides first. So that way I kind of have an idea of where to put the middle one. So I'm just going to kind of center these out on the ends. And that way I kind of know where my center one will fit in the middle. Let me grab, I know I debated about sharing this project with you guys tonight because I didn't want to totally bore you guys with the fact that I just converted a sampler into cards. But I think seeing these awesome products, you guys are going to see there's great potential with those gold. Oops, let me get that, got a little bit that you can see on the dimensional. You can kind of see how adding those gold things to these just sets this off. And you could do this with so many other of our designer series papers as well. Just gonna layer that in there. And then the gold, and I think these little gold gem things really set this off too, because by putting these little gold things in the centers, look at what that does to this little square. So pretty. I love it. Not just pretty. So again, I'm going to bring in the exact same color of card base that I've been using. This is the Just Jade, and I have all of these. These are cut 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I have them all scored at 4 1/4 so that they'll fold easy. I actually remembered to score them. And then I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this down to my card like that. And then I'm going to bring in, again, one of those little squares. This one I'm going to stamp the exact same thing I stamped on the first one. Love and Laughter Forever After, because this is it could be a really good wedding or anniversary card with it being that it's kind of green and got flowers on it. So there's that. Let me get the ink out of the way. And this one I'm just going to go ahead and trim off. So we're going to add dimensionals to the awful one that I stamped. That was crooked. Got to cut up some more of these dimensionals. So, and I know I've mentioned this before on a Facebook Live, but I use all of the corners or all of these things on this because I really, why not? No one's going to see the back of these to know that you used an end piece and not an actual little square of a dimensional. So, you know, why not? Use them up. And then I'm just going to adhere this down to my card like that. Look how pretty. And there you have that square that we created on the sampler, and then you have it on the card as well. So let me bring in my 3 cards so far. We're going to make a couple more. I probably won't make all 9 just because we'll be here with you guys forever. But I really think that they're just as rich and beautiful on the cards as they are on the sampler. And those gold pieces, I'll be posting pictures later so you can see them as well. Because the Facebook Live, I don't think does these projects justice. I really, really don't. Again, all of my card bases for this class are going to be the Just Jade, just because it's a new color and just because it's Just Jade and I like it, right? So this one, I chose to use the, I mean, look at it. Oh, I used the kind of the alligator look to it. So I'm going to adhere this down. Again, 3 by 3. All of my paper is 3 by 3. All of the bases underneath are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then this I just kind of adhered onto the card with some dimensionals, layered these together. So let me do that as well here. I think we'll just make a couple more just so that I don't keep you guys too long tonight. And I will post pictures of all of the cards and of the sampler so you guys can see it as well. And then I gotta look at my sampler so I know how I adhered these down. So one of them went like this. And then the other one went on top of that. Hope you guys can still see this. And then the other one went on top of it like that. Okay. And then I tied a bow using the this Ace stuff. So I got to tell you guys some sad news that we learned today. So if you guys would keep the family of our orthodontist in your prayer, we found out today that Claire and Natalie's orthodontist, Dr. Boss, passed away. And he was a very young man, but he was fighting, you know, he had cancer, and he'd been in and out of the office and out of the practice. He's based out of Howell, but came to Mount Pleasant 2 days a week, and my girls were really saddened by it. We really liked him, and I was so glad that the last time Claire had her appointment, he was well enough to be in the office, and we were able to talk to him and carry on a conversation. He was so good with the kids and stuff. So I'm going to be sending one of these cards, making it into a sympathy, and sending it off to his wife at the office. So I guess they're going to be getting somebody in there. So we're excited about that, but we're definitely going to miss his presence there. He was just an all-around good person. So gonna go ahead and add the bow there. And then what I did is I incorporated a few of the little leaves, the little gold leaves to this one. So I used this one right here. I didn't think it needed a great big thing, so because I added the stamped stuff, so I wanted to just add a couple of little things. So I'm gonna add this one, and then I'm gonna add, oh, what else did I add to this one? Oh, I added this one. Here, this one. So this one is just kind of like a an outline of one, which is kind of cool. Actually, it's quite cool. Okay. So then I just kind of added these little gold leaves in here wherever I kind of wanted to. So I actually kind of cut this one down a little bit, and then I just used a dimensional, a glue dot. We're going to add a glue dot to that. And then I just kind of stuck this underneath here like so. And then this one I stuck right on top underneath here. And I'm going to do the same thing with another glue dot like that. and stick that one underneath, off to the side a little bit. So it's got a little bit of the gold in it, but not too much. And then adding some snail adhesive, putting this down to the top here. And then, like I said, I have another few strips of this. And this one, I'm going to stamp just the word hello on it. So it might be a little bit of a bigger strip than what I needed for the word hello, but that's okay. I gotta find a block that's not dirty. Here we go. And then we're just gonna put that on there, bring in my pretty peacock ink, stamp the word hello, and cut that off. This one I'm gonna do the whole banner thing again with it. So I'm gonna kind of cut this off and then do the banner where I go up the center and then go from side to side. Cut the banner into it, like that. Add a couple of dimensionals to it. You're right, Philomena, no waste this way because, I mean, like I said, no one's gonna see those. So, yeah. And this one I'm gonna add down here to the center like that. And there you have the card that I created for this square right there. Isn't that pretty clever? So let's make one more together, and then I think we're gonna make the center one next, which is I think one of my favorite. And I'll show you how awesome the 2-inch circle punch layers with it. So this is the only one that I chose to use the garden green for the little mat behind the designer series paper. So again, 3 by 3 is the designer series paper, and then the mat is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. This is definitely a sampler that my mom would love. She loves green. Just don't know where she'd hang it in her house because she doesn't have a whole lot of room. But we filled her walls already full with tons of pictures and other awesome things. Look how easy that one just came out. But I know she would love this one. Might even look good in her bathroom too. So again, this one has like the little stitched look to it, okay? And I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive down to the center of that and adhere this to the center. And then this 2-inch circle punch layers inside of that perfectly. So it's like designed and it's meant to be, is my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and adhere that down to the center. And then in advance, I stamped 2 of these little fern leaves from the Forever Fern stamp set. And I used the pretty peacock ink, and then I ran them through my Stampin' Emboss die cutting machine. And voila, you have them all ready to go. So I'm gonna add a dimensional to the back. And this first one, I'm just going to go ahead and put onto my project like that. And then the next one, and I probably could have used the other one that kind of runs the opposite way, but I chose to just use the same one because I'm going to be covering this up anyway where those 2 little branches meet. And then I used the, so the butterfly punch that I used has both a big butterfly and a small butterfly on it. It's all on the same punch. And so I used the small butterfly for the middle part. And I'm just gonna put a little dimensional on that. And this is gonna go up here. And then I added one of the little gems to the center of my butterfly. And then I made a double bow using this awesome ribbon. This is the other ribbon that comes with that 2-pack of ribbon. And I'm just going to, I'm big into double bows anymore. I don't really know why, but I just think that they add a little bit more elegance. I just love it. So I'm just going to tie that in a nice little bow, pulling on those little ends. And then I'm going to trim these off, and I did leave them a little bit bigger. So this ribbon does fray, but I kind of like the look of that when it does fray like that. I think it really makes it look more natural with the frayed look to it. Grabbing a glue dot, and then I just put this right down here where those 2 stems meet. Isn't that stunning? Stunningly gorgeous. And then again, like I said, all of my card bases for this project is done using the Just Jade. And I'm just gonna fold that in half. Boy, I'm using the words just a lot tonight, I think. And then I'm gonna adhere this one down. And this is probably gonna be the one that I'm gonna send her as my sympathy card. So I don't have a sympathy saying here, so I'm not going to add anything down here. But, well, isn't that gonna be a gorgeous sympathy card? I just think it's gonna be so pretty. So that is the center one. So I'm gonna bring in my sampler again. That is the center square of that. So with that, I think you guys kind of get the gist of how awesome it is to make cards from a sampler, or make a sampler and then make cards, or vice versa. But I love this. So now again, this will definitely be a class that I'll be offering in July, because my classes for June are already designed and ready to be marketed and get out to all of you. So this will be a class. I'd have to figure out the price yet. I haven't figured out the price. Now I will tell you, because it's gonna include some product, because, well, it has to include some product, because you're all gonna need your own ribbon, and I've already got some of that on the way here. And if you're gonna do the sampler, it's gonna include some of the 12 by 12. You're gonna get one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock of all the in colors. That's the only way I can buy the 12 by 12 paper, is by buying the whole pack of it in a variety pack. Excuse me. And so you're going to get this color to be able to do your sampler, and you're going to get the other 4 colors as well. And then you're also going to get some of these gilded gems, because you're going to use quite a bit of those little gems. And you're also going to get a half a pack or a quarter a pack. I haven't figured out, but you're going to need to get some of these gold foil sheets as well. So the class is going to include some product, and but you'll be able to have some left over to use over and over and over again. And so I'll be offering it as either the sampler. So pretty, isn't that pretty, you guys? Or I'll be offering it as cards. So the card kit would include the card bases and the white pieces for your sentiments down there on the bottom. Or you have the option of purchasing both. You can purchase both the sampler and also the cards. So you have an option of doing both. And if you already know you're interested in this, please comment, let me know, send me a private message. I'll get you added to my list. But I absolutely love these cards by adding that gold to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my projects that I shared with you tonight. As you guys know, I haven't been kind of figuring out what I'm going to do in advance until, like, you know, I don't tell you guys what I'm doing each week. I've been surprising you. So hopefully you guys liked this awesome surprise and something a little bit unique and different. I do know that next week I'm hoping to showcase for you some projects using the Sunflower Celebrate Sunflowers is what it's called, stamp set and coordinating dies. I did a Facebook Live, or my Tuesday video was also a class that I'm going to be showcasing, making those cards. It was the in colors, the 5 in color cards, and Nicole and I are actually tag teaming to design that class for you guys. She's actually behind me. Claire's I'm sure has Chloe, and Nicole's behind me doing some designing, because she loved that suite as well. So anyway, I also hope that you guys enjoyed seeing Chloe tonight at the beginning of my video. I'm sure whenever she's here, I'll be proud to share her with you all, so you can see how beautiful she is. And thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you also mark or that you're enjoying the new catalog. And if you don't have it yet, please be patient. Or if you don't have it and you really want it right away, let me know. But I hope you guys are enjoying that new catalog, and I hope that you put the Monday night event on your calendar and join me for some more fun stamping projects, showcasing even more awesome products from that new catalog. So thanks everyone for joining me tonight. I'm glad that you liked my project, and I hope to see you guys back here soon. Bye.